We're in that awkward phase again. The adolescent puberty of MapleStory, where I am stuck in a spot where I kind of just have to wait for weekly reset. I have 13 out of 15 captivating fragments. This means I cannot currently work towards getting a better secondary. And this epic potential scroll that I got for free is going to expire. Luckily, these eternal rebirth flames don't expire for a week, I think. So, yeah, that's good. But basically, I'm gonna have to wait until Wednesday to get my secondary for Princess No. I'm gonna have to wait till Wednesday to do another Lotus run, in which I will hopefully get 2 pieces, or maybe I can get 4 pieces from Damien. That would work too. I have to wait till Wednesday also because that's when I get more mesos, and then when I get more mesos, I can throw them on some of my rings, maybe some of my event rings, and hopefully get some percent meso to help grinding. I also have to wait until I get paid to buy a vac pet, which would be very beneficial for my grinding. I still don't know if I actually want to do that or not. And an extra $100 is an extra $100, you know, so I don't know. But I'm basically just stuck in this awkward stage where I really can't do a whole lot. Luckily, I have more stuff that I do nowadays that other than just play MapleStory. I'm working on... Oh, I didn't even talk about the other things I have to wait for. God, I have to wait to get paid so I can pay my artist, who is currently working on designing something for me. Well, the design's kind of there. I'm just kind of waiting for... I'm waiting for her to finish working on it. And then I have a lot of work to do after that. So then I'm waiting also for my new microphone and the capacitors that I ordered to repair my preamp. And I am just in this weird stage where I can't do a whole lot of the things that I want to do because I kind of have to wait. So I don't know how I'm going to occupy myself. I've been working on a few other things, but really it's just a whole bunch of waiting. That's all it is. Now, there are probably a few things I could work on. I could work on pushing some characters up to 200, but grinding in Reboot past 150 really sucks. I would say it starts to get really bad around 170. And I just really don't feel like I don't feel like putting myself through that when I know we're gonna have a ton of growth potions over the next couple events. Big milestone though, the Arc hit level 206, which means I can officially boost it up to 210 using the growth potions if I were to claim them. However, I am kind of waiting to get the Aaron up to 206 as well, at which point I'll go ahead and boost both of them to 210. Doing Aaron stuff daily. I guess I could be doing dailies on my Hayato because, like I said, we're getting very close to level 10 symbols on that character. It's just the awkward waiting phase right now, and it kinda sucks. Hey everyone, so we're still waiting around for stuff to happen, you know how it is. But I've been doing a lot of external stuff, kind of. I make it seem as though I'm actually working on things. I'm kind of just doing research for microphones and various other things that I need to do to work on this upcoming project of mine. And a lot of that ends up being watching a lot of videos. Luckily, we live in an era where videos are kind of an effective way to communicate information, because there are so many people out there who want to share that information with people for the monetary rewards that they get for doing so, i.e. posting videos about it and getting lots of views. So effectively what's going on most of my day is me just watching videos about various microphones and audio treatment of rooms and just doing a lot of research for the upcoming project that I have that I'm very excited about. And I was thinking about it, and there's really no reason for me to just sit here and stare at a video when I could be making some progress in MapleStory at the same time. So what I started doing, and you might notice my EXP is a little higher, what I started doing is just doing some dry grinding. No wealth potion, no EXP accumulation, no totem, no real EXP buffs to speak of, because I don't want to be tied down to a set duration of grinding at any one point, because there are other things that might need my attention that would take me away from the computer. Or not the computer, but require my attention to the point where I can't play MapleStory at the same time. So I've just been doing some dry grinding, and if there's an MVP, I'll go get it. But generally speaking, I'm just going around killing monsters in Lachlan. I don't think I'm even one-shotting things right now. So I figured I would mention that. I'm gonna try to probably get a couple levels over the next few days. I think it would be pretty easy considering the rates I get. Leveling into 220s is so insanely fast. I don't think it really starts to slow down for real until you get to 240. I would say even 230 is still pretty fast, but yeah, I figured I'd go ahead and share that with you guys so that there's actually some sense of progress being made in this video. Luckily, this week's video, the week of July 25th or whatever, I do have that video pretty much done. Most of it is Shining Star Force, so I don't really need to worry too much, but, you know, a lot of just doing nothing, and there's no real reason for that. So as far as mesos per hour, when I do this method using my familiar, I get about 60 million mesos per hour. So I could probably get a couple 100 million doing this, and that, you know, that would be better than nothing, but it's really not anything substantial. There really isn't a whole lot that I'm getting from grinding like this, other than just EXP. So, off to the grind. I am currently recording over top of this video footage in post because these couple days that you're about to see coming up were recorded when I was in the process of sort of changing my setup. My whole recording space over the past week or so has changed drastically, and you might notice if you're listening on a good pair of headphones or a decent audio system in general, you might notice that there's a lot of reverb right now. I hope to get rid of that fairly soon, but it's a work in progress and it takes a while, and most importantly, a lot of money. Anyway, what basically happened here is I grabbed a few levels. I attempted Lotus. Lotus ended up being way too difficult. I just didn't have enough damage. I think my IED is too low, and I'm not sure why it's so low on this paladin, but it is. I really need to, at some point, actually get good gear on this character. That's what we're working on. But I noticed my damage just wasn't good enough, so I gave up, and then I duoed it with somebody else. At that point, I did a bunch of dailies, and then I had all of the pieces that I need to go ahead and make a two-handed blunt weapon, so I went ahead and got that. Now, I knew that switching to a two-handed blunt weapon would be a challenge because I have to make the secondary really good, probably legendary with at least 2 lines, and I had to make the weapon really good, legendary with at least 2 lines, to even compete with my current sword and shield setup. So I went ahead and grabbed the Princess Nose Rosary as well, and I mean, I just kind of sort of prepared myself mentally for the long, expensive journey of switching over to a two-handed weapon and secondary. The good thing is that the secondary will never be replaced, so I don't really need to worry about that ever. As long as I roll some good lines on it, we're good to go. But the weapon will be replaced with an arcane weapon in the future, so it's kind of annoying to have to sink a bunch of mesos into it. Anyway, I had a ton of leftover flames from various sources. I think I bought a bunch of them in the previous episode for my Hayato and ended up only using 1. So I had a bunch left over. and I tried to flame the weapon. I ended up never rolling anything really that good. I think the best thing I got was 82 attack, 4% all stats. And that's okay, but it's like it's not enough. You know, like if I'm gonna beat the Absolab Saber that I have, I'm gonna need something extra on top of the tier 5, tier 6 attack. I can't remember what tier that is. But that was kind of a frustrating experience because it was so many flames used and I just got nothing from it. Anyway, after that, I went ahead and took the week's earnings from the bosses and spent them on cubing rings. I really needed meso gear on this character, and I naively, I guess, thought that 3 billion mesos would be enough to make 4 pieces of meso gear, but I was wrong. The first 2 pieces of meso gear actually went by really quickly. They tiered up to legendary, and I got a line of meso really quick on them, but the last ring, the synergy ring, I put probably 100 cubes into this thing and it never tiered up. So that was kind of frustrating. Anyway, that's all for the post commentary. I will see you guys right now. So I want to start farming as soon as possible. And this basically means that I need to get full meso. First on the list is going to be grabbing this unique potential scroll, of course. And I'm going to use that on my Noble Iphia's ring, I think. I'm not going to do that right now, but I do plan on actually doing that. So I got the 3 billion mesos from my weekly bosses, and now I'm going to go ahead and try to get myself another piece of meso gear. I'm just going to use red cubes for now because they're cheaper. But I don't know if I want to try using black cubes to get 2 lines, or I thought about it a little bit, but it just, I don't know. With 3 billion mesos, I don't really see it happening, realistically. But let's just try to get this to legendary and get another piece of meso gear. Oh my god. There's another 2-line prime strength. That's so weird. This ring is so weird. I just need it to tier up, though. Oh my god, finally. I have put probably about 100 cubes into this thing. And there's another 2-line prime. And another 2-line prime. And 3-line MP. Alright, well that's weird as hell. So, I think the first step is going to be getting this to have 1 line of meso. Then I think I'll start buying black cubes and try re-rolling my earrings. I think it depends actually how much range my earrings give. 169k is actually not that much, so I'm definitely gonna re-roll these and try to get some meso on them. But I'm gonna have to black cube them. I actually probably bought way too many red cubes now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, see, I bought way too many. So that puts us at 938. We still need 2 more pieces of meso gear. Now, I could do the Noble Iphia's ring, and I think I probably want to actually go that route. Now, if this doesn't tier up and get a line of meso, then I probably... Okay, well, that was a very easy tier up. Well, let's just hope we get a line of meso. It's like an 8% chance to roll a line of meso or drop. Well, there's item drop rate, but I really don't need item drop rate right now. So I'm going to re-roll that. And there's our 20% meso. Okay, so that now puts us at 80 out of 100 on the equips. I still have a lot of red cubes. I'll probably just throw those on something else. But for now, it's time to go buy a bunch of black cubes and see if I can get a line of meso on my earrings. So I guess what I could also do is maybe just try and re-roll some of my other meso items. Do I really want to do that? Or do I want to give up this 20% strength? I don't know. I do not really know what to do. So I think what I'm going to do instead here, here's what we'll do for now. I'm going to go ahead and throw the rest of these red cubes on this secondary and try to get this to legendary and maybe some good rolls on it. If I can get this secondary to out damage my shield, if I can get the secondary to be a damage increase over my shield, then it'll be a lot easier to get the two-handed weapon up there as well. But this one's being a little stubborn, and it's not giving me the instant tier up. Wow. That was quite a bit of cubes to just throw away. Anyway, damn it. I only have a couple cubes in storage. I got a few more cubes on my Hayato, but I forgot to transfer them. But I guess I have 2 Meisters I can use. Why not, you know? Fuck it. Now let's go ahead and throw these Master Craftsmans on it as well. Yeah, maybe get a good roll. I don't know. If I can get 2 line on unique, it might be good enough. Or all decks. Okay, so now I really need to decide. Am I going to re-roll these earrings, or am I going to throw these cubes on the rings? I think I'm going to throw the cubes on the rings. So which one is the worst? I think this one is the worst because it really literally only has mesos obtained. So the chances of actually rolling 1-line meso, 1-line drop, or any combination of those two is pretty low. It's higher than you would think, but it's really not something to rely on. So unless I get extremely lucky here, I'm just gonna... I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Okay, well that's an improvement. We'll take that. And that's really what I'm looking for, is just making these good enough that they actually give a little bit of stat as well. You know, not necessarily looking for 2 lines. I mean, that's kind of an improvement. It's not really a great one. So all of these... Okay, well, these 2 rings are still the worst. But let's just switch over to a different one. Well, that'd be good for a Dex user, I guess. Again, not me. Oh my god. I'm really good at rolling Dex, it seems. It's my strength. It's my biggest, most powerful trait. It's my best ability. Alright. So that was a lot of black cubes. What I can do is... God. Well, I think I'm going to go ahead and start cubing these earrings now. I think that's the route to go. Black cubes as well. Black cubes are our friends. We're just going to black cube these earrings and hope for something good. Ugh. That's not as much of a damage decrease as one would think. But this now officially gives me 100% mesos obtained from gear. So, at least now I can finally start grinding, right? it would actually really suck if I rolled 3-line. If I rolled 3-line strength on that earrings. On that earrings. Man, my commentary is real off right now. So, I mean, I have full meso, you know, that's good, but I think I'm going to focus my attention a little more on the rings. I'm really fishing for that low chance of getting 2-line meso. I know it's not something to be relied on, but I'm doing it anyway. See, just look how many rolls I'm getting where the item drop rate line is on the second. Oh, that's item drop rate. I need meso. Where it's on the second line. Look how many rolls I'm getting. How many rolls I'm getting. All right. I think the only thing left to do at this point is to buy a couple more black cubes and try to get at least a line of strength on those earrings. I'm not really looking for a whole lot more than that, but now that I have 100% mesos, I can finally start actually grinding without feeling as though I'm wasting time. Let's see if I can get something good. Minus 17% skill MP cost? That's such an odd number. Pretty sure that's supposed to be 50. No. Why? Why am I so cursed with the earrings? On my Mihail, I rolled 3-line strength on my reinforced earrings when I was trying to make them into meso gear as well. God! Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and we'll keep this, but we'll keep re-rolling the rings and hope for 2-line meso. Well, that's a damage increase. Oh, well, that's pretty solid. Okay. Well, I guess the Noble Iphia's ring would be the next worst of the meso pieces. Oh, 2-line prime dex. Jesus. Well, that's a damage improvement, sure. But I think it's still actually the worst. No, it's a tie between the Synergy ring and the Noble Iphia's ring, so we'll go back to the Synergy ring. Come on, 2-line meso. Please, for the love of God. Okay, so that was unexpected. That was very unexpected, and frankly, kind of annoying. I wish I hadn't rolled 3-line strength, but considering that I currently do need the damage, because this character is kind of fucking weak, I think it's okay to take the loss of 1 piece of meso gear and roll with the 3-line strength legendary potential. Oh well, I guess this is just this. It happens sometimes, you know. Next step would be making this 17 stars, I suppose. So, I guess I'll work on that at some point. Yeah, that kind of sucks. That is kind of disappointing. So, while I'm here, though, I do want to take the opportunity to start working on some of my other gear, because I have a lot of gear here that is just 1-line strength, and it really could be better. Okay, well, that's technically an improvement, so we'll keep that for now. 2-line strength on an epic item is not a massive damage improvement, but if I do that on multiple pieces of gear, you know, obviously it starts to stack up more. Okay, can we please stop with the 12 plus 12 strength, 6% strength rolls? Would really like to have actually 9% strength. But yeah, I'm thinking if I can roll a couple more % strength lines, that'll help my damage a little bit. It's not the, you know, most insane gains you can get, but it would be helpful. Well, we got 2-line strength, but it's still only 6%. Okay, fuck it. I'm giving up on that. It's taking too much. I spent 70 million mesos re-rolling those pants and didn't even get 2-line of anything but HP. So, yeah, it's really annoying seeing 1-line strength on all of these items, because that is pretty awful to have epic 1-line strength gear. That's pretty bad. But this character needs a lot of upgrades, and there's really a lot I could have done, but because I was held back because of mesos being restricted to only boss runs, I couldn't really do a whole lot. But now that I have mesos, and I mean, I have 80% meso obtained from equips, which is good. It's fine. It is 20% less than I could have, but it should be sufficient enough that I can get a couple 100 mil per hour when grinding now. So the next order of business for this character is going to be pretty much acquiring a lot of Absolab pieces and making them good. But as far as the Hayato goes, because I do want to talk about the Hayato a little bit. As far as this character is concerned, the only thing that I really have left to do is to get an Absolab weapon. Aside from that, we only have 1.5k more stat that I want to get on this character, and only a few more days of dailies if I actually did them. So effectively, this character is done. I mean, I just need to get the Absolab katana, and I mean, that'll be a big boost to weapon attack. It'll give me the extra weapon attack from the sword itself, plus the extra attack from the 5-set effect, which is significant. It will be very, very helpful. But as far as my other gear goes, I mean, everything's 17 stars. If it can be 17 stars, it is. With the exception of the Golden Clover Belt and the Deacidus Earrings. I guess the Black Bean Mark as well, because this technically does go up to 20, but I'm not star forcing this Black Bean Mark because I don't have a replacement. So I'm just not going to bother. But as far as this character is concerned, I mean, I'm pretty much good to go. I guess I would like to tier up my CRA stuff, because that doesn't get replaced until Eternal set, which is probably never going to happen on this character. And I also want to maybe re-roll, I kind of want to re-roll the Synergy Ring, because only having 1 line of stat on this is just kind of okay. It's actually not that bad. 12% strength on a ring is not terrible, but I don't really know, you know. It's just I'm 1.5k stat short of where I want to be on this character, but I really am kind of at the point now that this character can easily solo everything up to Lomian. I can solo Lomian very easily, but since I have a duo partner, I usually just duo it anyway. And this character is more than capable of contributing a lot to a duo. So, I basically just want to grab the Absolab weapon and call this character done. I didn't exactly reach the milestones necessarily, but I got very, very close. And I just feel like in order to reach the milestones, I'm going to have to start investing more and more and more into this character. And I need those mesos for my paladin. So for all intents and purposes, this Hayato is completed. It's basically where I want it to be. And in the future, when we come to revisit the character and raise her up to 250 and clearing harder bosses, I mean, then we can really start to worry more about investing more mesos. But considering I just acquired meso gear on my paladin, I mean, I got a long way to go. My main character is not even as high level as my boss mules yet. So there's a lot to take care of on the paladin, and I want to start spending the resources that I get exclusively on that character. We got our 5 set apps, almost 5 set apps, so 2-line unique, 17 stars. I mean, this character is fine. So I am going to kind of officially call this character completed for now. I will still get the Absolab weapon, and I will 17 star it and probably cube it up to legendary. But aside from that, I'm not investing anymore in this character for now. It's all about the paladin from here on out. So, because I now have sufficient meso gear and 46 wealth acquisition potions, it is now time to start grinding on this character. Over the next week, I would like to get this character to Esfera. And I think that's probably doable. But we are going to be held back significantly by the lack of Arcane Force. Okay, this lasts until October. I still have 2 more months of this before it goes away. That 10% bonus EXP. Oh, we love to see it. So, we are now entering Grind Week 2022. Reset just happened. That's why the game lagged. Oh, shoot. I should have claimed my... I should have claimed these yesterday so I could get them on another character. Whatever. We're entering Grind Week. Next time, next episode, game crashed. Next episode will probably be all about grinding on the paladin. So look forward to that. I don't know how many mesos per hour I can get currently. Probably maybe like 300 mil an hour. I think that's probably on the high end. So we'll say 200 to 300 mil an hour is probably what I can get right now. So I will be getting good mesos for the time being. It's just gonna suck not having a vac pet, but I'm not joking when I say this. Vac pets are not a requirement at all. They are really just a luxury, and I'm gonna prove it to you because I have used vac pets exclusively for the past year. I have only ever grinded with a vac pet, and I'm gonna prove to you guys that you don't need a vac pet by grinding on this character without one. I'm going to be bringing in tons of mesos, and it's not even going to be a big deal. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and start editing this video because it is currently Thursday night, and I kind of need this up tomorrow. But after that, we can start grinding and making some real forward progress actively and not just waiting for weekly reset for mesos. So, I will see you guys when I see you.